Hi everyone, Jim Bennett, and welcome back to ZeSwims. Today we're swimming in the Brother Loch. We're combining both running and swimming as part of my triathlon development work. We're starting off at Pilmuir Mill House in East Renfrewshire. Sun is just starting to break through. A little bit cooler this morning, 7 degrees air temperature, so we'll see what the water's like once we get in it. Up and over Mearns Law Hill is where we're heading. So this is the roadway leading into East Renfrewshire Golf Course, and this is the route in for the greenkeepers. There's a couple of routes through, which I'll show you in a moment. We'll take the more scenic route. The scenic route going round the perimeter of the golf course. But it's fine, there's a kind of a vibrance about the air just now. With it being a little bit cooler, I've chosen an opportunity to go out with you today. We've got storm and tempest for the next week or so. Heavy rain and thunderstorms are due, so I'm taking the opportunity, looking at the weather. Oh, and just stop and look into a nice garden. Nice part of the countryside. Morning song, bird song coming through. The greenkeepers in the distance. The pathway we'll be taking is this one here. We're heading around the perimeter of the golf course. The alternate and slightly quicker route is up past what's called the Pilmuir Reservoir. It's quite a small loch or reservoir. It's not really big enough for open water swimming or any distance within it. Rucksack's a bit squeaky. So here we have Pilmuir Reservoir. Relatively short. I was up the other day and the water was down quite a bit. We've had a few days of rain now. Quite pleasant. So we follow this roadway, if you wish, the shorter route past the greenkeepers. I call them huts or sheds, and through into the open hillside. This is the pathway we are taking today. There's a small gap in the trees up ahead behind the tee. That's how we go around the perimeter of the golf course. It's about a 3-mile run from my home to here, 2-mile jog run up over the hill down to Brother Loch. Gives us a 10-mile run. We'll probably just limit it to half-mile swim today, maybe slightly longer. If the legs are doing well, we'll maybe extend it to a mile, but we'll see how it goes. We're heading through this gap, right hand side. Now where are we? It's the 10th hole, Clutie's How. follow it up and over the little track, the quad bike track. That's it, digging in, climb up the hill. So that's our first small hill in the morning. Easing out. Around the perimeter. So we're going all the way around, head up to the hill in the distance. And from the top of this little hill we turn left. We came from the far distance, heading through a little gap here. Greenkeepers up and around. We're heading across to the trees on the far side. Head just top side of the bunker. And just past there, there's another little opening. So just past the green, we see the greenkeepers' sheds. The pathway goes past there. The roadway takes us just up to the fence, but we take this little cut through. This was quite good to run round at the start of the pandemic. There's no golfers here at all. It's quite good, really good. You really stride out. There's a little sort of pathway you can see leading through to the sheds, come through up to the gate, and we're heading out to the open hillside. We're going through or over the top of Mearns Law hill. No, so it's really what we're doing is following a sheep track to the sheep. So I tend to slow down just now, just walk until I get past the sheep, and then we can speed it up. Some other ones in the hillside. So it's easing up. Our next pathway is through another gate. We're on to the other side of the hillside. See, it's now away from a quad track to a sheep track. We'll head up the track to the dry stone dyke up above. Up at the dry stone dyke with quite a nice view over Glasgow city. A little wind at Middleton Farm turbine in the distance. Glasgow in the distance as well. Let's zoom in. In the centre here is behind the low cloud is Ben Lomond. Within the trees is East Renfrewshire Golf Course. And the little lochen we see is Pilmuir Reservoir with the M77 motorway in the distance. And yet another sheep track. We're heading for the gate in the distance. It's actually an old rusty gate that we'll see once we get a little bit closer. Our old gate. It's in quite a state now. I've been running up and over here for 20 years. Well, this is when we first got a glimpse of the Brother Loch. In the early days, the pallet there was pretty good. The rot hadn't set in by that time. We'll follow the dry stone dyke. There is actually another quad bike track just over a little, which is quite easy to run along as well. This gives us a better view of the loch. There's about a 5 mile an hour wind just now. A little waves, not much. So basically we follow the side of the dry stone dyke. There's a sort of pathway here. And you can see a cairn in the distance. That's where we're swimming from. That's our cairn that we're heading for. You hear the motorway in the distance. Give you a feel for the loch, a few little islands in it. It's relatively shallow, so if you're swimming solo and not so sure about it, about 20-30 feet from the side, you'll probably be about shoulder level. And that's us back to the cairn we're running down to. We make our way through. This is the termination of the quad bike. Sort of termination, but we head down this track straight down the hill to the cairn ahead. Well, that's us now down at the Brother Loch shoreside, adjacent to the cairn. Swimming kit is carried in an Innovate fell running mountain lightweight sack, so it's very good actually. It allows you to carry a fair amount of kit. So it's looking good. Water, as the last time, up at Whiteley Wind Farm, is down a little, but it's been picking up with the recent rainfall. So that's us, ready to start again and have a little dip within the Brother Loch. Ease yourself down. A little bit rocky. We'll see how she goes. Oh. Stony stuff. It's very clear. Across on the far side, that's the angler's boathouse. So I haven't brought or put on my overshoes. It is pretty rocky. I would suggest it is pretty rocky. I would suggest if you're coming here that you have a pair of overshoes. Makes life just a little bit easier to enter. Right. Yeah, I think we'll just hello again. We'll just sit down and swim out, I think, as best we can. That's better, I've got you. So, sure if you're working. So I've sat down and it's a lot better, a lot easier. Yeah, I can swim out now. And I'm, as you can see, a bit waist height. It's lovely. So we'll swim out to centre. I've got my stalwart yellow flag there as a beacon to come out. So this is the distance. Probably I'm about 20 feet, and I'm now at shoulder level. That's fine. Good. So we're heading towards the wee island there. We'll head out towards the centre. There's a very gentle. I'll speak to you with a side stroke. We'll warm up. It's quite cool this morning. Not too bad. Quite pleasant after a wee run in. This will probably be the start of cooling down a little. We are due, I believe, another spell of better weather. But we'll see. At the moment, I would say it's probably about 10 degrees. Not bad. It's something to think about as well. We were speaking before about the cold water, swimming cold water benefits. If you haven't heard of the Wim Hof method of breathing and swimming in ice cold water, whether you want to break ice and come in is another matter, but he's got some lovely ideas and concepts. So I'll put a link down below to his website so you can have a wee look, or his YouTube channel rather. You can have a little look. Years ago, when he first started, he used to break ice, and he would come out from the cold water, and he would have so much energy. It felt marvellous, really great. So that's a bit what I feel like after coming out of the cold water. And I'm sure all the other wild swimmers or open water swimmers will feel something similar. We don't need to be swimming a great distance, but just the fact of being in kind of cooler water makes such a difference. What I found is travelling and swimming in different areas, there's like a different environment. Oh, let's spin you around. Oh, there you are. So that's just a little distance we came from there. That's it, from our little starting point, or beacon here. There's a little bit of the Middleton Park wind farm. Interesting, all these areas or hills we come to have now got the wind farms. And a little island here. The bird life around here is absolutely phenomenal. I come up here in winter as well. The trees on the hill line there, I normally run to them. Go there, and it's a great overview of the Brother Loch, and I can capture. I'm interested in landscape and wild photography, so if you bring a long lens with you, you can capture some beautiful landscape sites and the wildlife. And also up here, it's great because you can get, as you can see, so some of the clouds, let's just look above. Just the cloudscape just now. Get beautiful clouds, and you get that you can get that beautiful atmospheric feeling or sense coming in, which is great. So I think we're warmed up enough. We'll head out for a wee swim now. The bird's calling. So that's it, we'll go for a half-mile swim now, and I'll speak to you in my return. Well, it's quite pleasant. Well, we now have a worked example of cramp. It's extending the leg. Now I'm doing the front crawl and trailing the leg. We'll head in just to the side and I'll talk to you some more. That's me now. Right, that was a... Well, that's us. Now along at the shore side. Capability to stand again. Cramp is just there and no more. It didn't go to a full cramp, but it was coming on. So it's getting, I say, that little bit colder. We had limited it to a half mile swim today. So that's us just heading back in again. Been a lovely venture with you once more, and we'll continue our explorations. Just looking down, around, final last sweep. It's looking good. There's a nice walkway around the whole Brother Loch, so it makes it, you can get to the shore side relatively easy. And that's us back on the long side now. Nice and safe, very comfortable, pleasant swim with you. Until the next time, bye now.